All right, folks, it is November 8th, 2024, and in tonight's session, we're going to take a quick look at these markets, and then I'm going to get into a Q&A. I was planning on just running up a session on TikTok because I am under the weather so slightly. I have like the smallest case of the snivels and just a little scratch in my throat. Maybe you guys can hear me a little bit, but I'm in pretty good shape. So I figured that what the heck, one of my Discord members said that they didn't have TikTok, so I figured let's fire it up on X, on YouTube, market update, Q&A. I'm going to get right on into it. Let's take a look at these markets. So Bitcoin just went up to 77,000 earlier today to set a new all-time high. The stock market is also printing massive green candles, also setting new all-time highs. One of the predictions that I got wrong was suggesting, and I'm wrong for right now, but listen here closely, gold is not at all-time highs right now and soaring up to a new all-time high based off the expectation that we're going to have peace, that Trump's going to cut these deals and that we're actually going to go back to good times. We're going to have peace. And you're seeing the shift instantaneously from the anticipation of Trump coming in with his administration, his team, and what they're releasing right now as far as a plan. This is already shifting every single war battlefront that we're on right now, Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Gaza, China, Taiwan. It's been a complete 180 shift. And the markets, once again, pricing in higher deficits, more inflation. You've seen the bond market's been running up against Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell saying that he's going to stay, that it's not, within the law for Trump to fire him. So Jerome Powell's going to stay. They give us another 25 basis point rate cut today, that was a couple days ago now, right? FOMC decision day. Was that yesterday or the day before? And they give us another 25 basis points despite the market, going up to new all-time highs and a complete shift in tone here in basically in our economy. This is where they're getting it wrong with gold, is folks are selling off gold right now because everything's going to be, going back to A-OK. But what they're forgetting is that there's a revaluation underway of gold, not just in US dollar, but in every currency around the world against the fiat currencies that are being devalued. And it's a varying rate at the devaluation when we look across the board at all of the major currencies. But the trend is not your friend if you're holding fiat. So you got to find something. This is why Bitcoin's at 77,000, is because it's, everything's going to be okay, risk on environment doing well, and Fed is still dovish. The Fed is still dovish, and Daddy Powell's going to take it easy on us now with another 25 basis point. And the market expectation is, okay, everything's fine. Now we're going to break it down. I want to get to your questions, comments. We can talk about any project that you want to talk about. If you want to talk about projects, if you want to talk about other topics in regards to the current events. But let's start here by taking a look at these markets. If you appreciate the content we're putting out here on a daily basis, please make sure you have subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss random live sessions here tonight on a Thursday session, 7 o'clock on the West Coast, 10 o'clock Eastern. Let's take a look at it right now. So this is what I'm talking about. S&P 500 up to 6,000 today. All new all-time high for the S&P 500. Even the Russell printing some big green candles. Small caps starting to rock. NASDAQ 100 and the Dow Jones Industrial also. Now we slide on down, and like I said, gold took a hit and actually got bought back up. And this is what I said, is that the smart money, the institutions and the central banks are still doing a revaluation. They're still getting in on this thing. And I think that you got yourself an opportunity. They beat up silver back down to $31. Silver shouldn't be at 31. Gold should not be at 2,684. And just like Donald Trump tweeted out here earlier today on True Social, he said the short sellers are about to get exposed because they're trying to say that he's going to sell off his stock in the DJT ticker, right? That Donald Trump media company. And he's saying that we're about to expose the short sellers. That he's going to fire Gary Gensler too. Now, whether or not he's going to ask Jerome Powell to step down, we'll see. We'll see how they handle that situation. But your Bitcoin went up to 77,000 earlier today. So it was like gold sold off on anticipation that Trump's coming in and we're not going to have World War III. But then the Fed came in and gave us another rate cut, and it got bought right back up. So we're not far off the all-time high right now for gold. For Bitcoin, we're in price discovery up to 77,000. The pullback that we got here, after we went up and tested and basically set a new all-time high on Tuesday, to pull back here and get a pretty healthy back test down to 66.7. That was nice to see. We needed to kind of, stabilize ourselves up here. And I could definitely see Bitcoin pushing up towards 80. It's going to be a big psychological number. But I just think that we're going to find a lack of buyers above 80,000. When you compare gold versus Bitcoin, you still have buyers of gold at new all-time high. I think that there's not going to be as many buyers of Bitcoin at new all-time highs, which is where we're at right now. Now, until we get further catalysts that can push, Bitcoin higher, like the Fed going even more dovish with even more rate cuts, but I question how much more they can cut, and I question how tough they're going to play with Donald Trump. We know that Trump's going to let the Fed know how he feels, and so that's going to be interesting to watch. But you just got to ask the question, who's a buyer of Bitcoin at 80,000? Are sovereign wealth funds starting to acquire Bitcoin? Some are. And most governments are picking up positions in Bitcoin the best way that they ever could, which is just confiscating it from the illegal crimes that are being paid in Bitcoin. It's the best plan ever. Their opportunity cost there, is zero. They just confiscate it from those that are committing crimes paying in Bitcoin. And that's why governments are such large holders of Bitcoin right now. And then you have seen institutions, obviously the ETFs are having a massive success. And I think that you're going to see the same thing for other cryptocurrencies like XRP that are going to get ETF exposure. We've talked about this. Yes, the institutions do come in. The BlackRocks of the world are going to control everything. But in the meantime, when the ETFs came in for Bitcoin and gold, it pumped gold and silver. It pumped gold 5x, it pumped silver 10x. I expect it to do even better for cryptocurrency. So the ETFs and that institutional adoption is coming. And then I actually just dropped an update only less than 2 hours ago on YouTube, a second update for today. And I talked about the upgrades that are coming to the XRP ledger that are priming us for institutional DeFi. It's a great spot to be in. I almost don't even want to show XRP price because, nothing new has developed on the XRP price chart. We're at 54.8. We're just below 55 cents. Earlier today, we were at 55.5. There's not much to really speak on for the XRP price chart. We did get a breakout earlier this week, and right now we're settling down, but it's absolutely primed and ready to rip, right? It's just right now, Bitcoin is soaking up a lot of the liquidity. The meme coins are still running the space, and I'm talking about memes on Solana. When you look at Dex Screener right now, they're moving $10 billion worth of liquidity every single dang day, trading crap. Literally trading crap on Solana's worth $10 billion in daily volume. When you realize that and you start to grasp what that meme liquidity actually is, it's substantial enough to move some of these top projects significantly. In fact, I pointed it out in the update earlier today. You look at the meme coins on Solana, they make up over 13% of the market cap of Solana. I mean, what would Solana be without the memes? Now, here's where we look at the setup for XRP and where it starts to get really exciting, is that XRP now has the memes. We also are getting the additional functionality. And I talked about that with token escrow on the way. DID, we got clawback now enabled. One of the next upgrades is going to be AMM clawback. So you could add RLUSD stablecoin that has clawback enabled. You'd actually be able to add it to the AMM liquidity pools. That's all coming. So I'll show you the XRP chart real quick, and then I'm going to get into your comments, questions. Drop them down below right now. Let's look at XRP, and then let's go Q&A. But I remain bullish as ever. Final point that I'll make, I remain bullish as ever. I'm so bullish on XRP right now. What Brad just said, since Trump's been elected, he's been completely activated, has me so bullish. I mean, obviously, I was already bullish. Full disclosure, you guys know that. But Brad's been activated. he's showing you guys how close they are working with the Trump transition team and with this new administration and with DC on both sides of the aisle. So I'm so bullish. I just have a concern. And the concern is that there's not going to be as peaceful of a transition of power as they're leading us on to believe. It's like the same folks that were telling us that inflation was going to be transitory, and now you want me to believe these same people are saying it's going to be peaceful. It's going to be joyous. It's going to be just fine. And let me know in the comments, do you guys feel like it's just been a little bit too smooth so far? Now, of course, Arizona still has some 700,000 ballots to count, which I don't know why that's taking so long. But, you know, once again, here we are. The good news, though, is that we've gone full crypto, regulations right around the corner, XRP is perfectly primed, all the way from the silly memes to the institutional DeFi capabilities. You have to have DID, you have to have clawback, you have to have the ability to add these assets to the liquidity pools to be able to tap into the best source of liquidity in the world, which is what I think that we're creating on the XRP ledger, the internet of value. And the XRP ledger is really spearheading this. Of course, XRP is not going to get all the money. There's going to be some other winning chains, but we are perfectly positioned for this move, this bull run coming up here. I just worry that we're going to get some sort of black swan. I just worry that they're going to do something to make it go pop before they hand it off to Trump. Yeah, it's going to be a peaceful transition, all right? Doesn't make me feel comfy when they say those words. XRP price chart, let's take a look. Up 17% since Trump has been elected, cooling off here at 55, basically 55 cents. We're at 54.8 right now. But like I said, we got the breakout. That was earlier last night into today. Got a little breakout of XRP. It was nice to see. But it's nothing significant that confirms we're moving to the upside. We need to start closing dailies above 60 cents. And until we can break the 66 cent resistant for XRP, we still are just going to range bound here until something happens, a major catalyst in these markets. But for right now, the position of strength is there. And it's just a matter of waiting for the liquidity come in. And the liquidity is coming in right now from other communities. And that's being driven by folks realizing that you can actually do something with the XRP ledger now. So perfectly set up. Let's rock and roll for Q&A. Please drop it down below. And if you guys haven't already, please make sure you like this video, share it out far and wide, and let's see what you guys have to say. Appreciate you. All right, we already got folks shilling tickers in the chat. We got tickers in the chat. We got haters in the chat. Precious metals linked up down below if you're looking to get it. 10,000 buyback comments on TikTok. Everything's still in play. I mean, clearly, Brad, the level of comfort that Brad has had this whole time, but now that Trump's for sure fully activated, meetings have already occurred, and they're going to continue. And they're going to be just right there together. I'd love to see Brad have a role in this transition team. Zach, what's your favorite part about being in the documentary? I just hope that I was, able to talk smooth and say something that was somewhat intelligent and shine the light on the good stuff, which is the evidence that we've been able to acquire. I really hope that we can blow this thing wide open. It looks like fruition's really pushing towards maybe even changing the title of the documentary to making it more about exposing the SEC, which I actually would be a big fan of, because that's what goes viral about this story. If the story is, hey, let me tell you how great XRP is, we do that every damn day. We pound the table every damn day. We got folks that, do everything that they can to get the word out of XRP. And that's great. We're going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to do that every single day. But this story, this documentary that can sell to a wider audience has to be focused on the corruption. And so I'd be in favor of Fruition changing the title to SEC Exposed, or that they put out a couple different suggestions. That's what's going to sell. And I'm telling you guys right now that Trump and his team, they know all about this. We've been able to confirm this from multiple people. Stu confirmed it publicly. There's other things happening in the background, but Stu confirmed it publicly that Ripple was meeting with Trump. And that Trump, quote, this is the direct quote from Stu, right? Or I'm paraphrasing, but it was basically, he took the time to listen to our story. Okay, what's the story with Ripple? It's changing the financial system, but what's the part that resonates with Trump? When the executives from Ripple are sitting across the table from Trump, how do you think that they're going to sell this? And how do you think that they're going to connect with Trump? They're going to explain how they've been attacked by the bureaucracy beast and the SEC. And, oh, you want some evidence to help you build your case for why Gary Gensler needs to be gone? Here's a red folder. And so we're presenting another red folder to Trump that's the XRP Ripple story that goes back to ETHgate and exposes it all. Trump knows. Team Trump, the transition team, they know. But they're addressing so much, right? This XRP story, in the grand scheme of things, it's big to us. It's big to crypto. And I've been making the case, and others have been making the case that, hey, this is our capital markets. We used to have the gold standard of capital markets, and we really respected our SEC. We can't say the same thing anymore. And so this, should resonate with people even outside of crypto who want to save our country. And as far as all the content that Fruition captured, interviewing all these different people in the XRP community, they have plenty of content to make additional films that are focused on different utilities and projects and what have you. But as far as what can we say, the reason why Netflix didn't buy this, in my opinion, and why they're not interested, and Fruition even reported this back from the American Film Festival that took place in Vegas this week. They showed a screening of the film there in Vegas. They said that the mainstream just doesn't know about XRP. And that's what I've been saying. So there's 2 points of attack here. One, we expose this corruption and we reach an audience that's way bigger than even crypto. And, we're slipping in, hey, this involves XRP, the token XRP. We don't need to shill XRP. We just need to say, hey, this was the subject of this example of government overreach, of the bureaucracy beast out of control. It just so happens to involve this little token called XRP. I'm not saying that we should put a referral link down below the documentary for Uphold so that they can go buy XRP, but maybe we should. Joking. So you have that way that we can reach out, and then the other way that I've been talking about this for the past 3 weeks is just the First Ledger memes are blowing up. The First Ledger memes are blowing up. Whether you want to participate in it or not, I believe it's net positive for bringing attention to XRP. They're coming for the memes and they're starting to figure out what the heck's going on with XRP, which for most of them, like many of us, you have to get through the lies about XRP to understand the truth, to actually see what's going on. It's not just a banker's coin. It's not a poop coin. It does have the potential to go up. I shared it in my update that I just dropped a couple hours ago. You're starting to see guys that hate on XRP, love to troll. These are guys that love to troll the XRP community that are now saying, of course XRP can pump. I retweeted it earlier today. These guys are admitting that, yes, of course XRP can pump. And with the memes, it's exposing that a lot of these guys already had a bag of XRP. They're just now putting that to work and playing around with it. So we got a perfect setup right now with this documentary dropping. The case is over. SEC versus Ripple. This is done. For all intents and purposes, this is done, guys. It is over. For all intents and purposes. Of course, the official announcement hasn't come out. Of course, I wouldn't make a video with a title saying it's over because that would be clickbait. And technically speaking, it's not over. But for all intents and purposes, it is over. They're going to pay a fine and this is done. Or, even better, the SEC gets overhauled and, if Ripple can drag this out till the SEC gets overhauled, it'll be either a settlement or maybe they won't even have to pay anything. The SEC will be completely overhauled, chairman fired. Maybe he'll resign before, he's going to resign. He's going to resign before Trump comes in. This is over. It's a perfect setup. Now, I did see that I missed a couple super chats. Let me scroll on up here to Formula. Appreciate you, Formula Moments. Thank you for the super chat. I think the institutions need to be bullish sooner rather than later. ETH free pass may not last with Trump. Red folder time. XRP number 2 once again. Why does Brad keep reminding us that XRP took the 2 spot? Brad doesn't just say stuff. He doesn't just throw out that the overall cryptocurrency market cap is going to go to 5 trillion. Okay, we need to double. The market cap of crypto needs to double between now and the end of the year for that prediction to become true and for Brad not to have pie in his face. It's going to happen. Why did he have so much conviction? I believe it's because he knew that Trump was going to win. And he knew that this was going to be such a pro-crypto vote, which we've elected over 250 pro-crypto candidates, Democrats and Republicans. Ripple's perfectly positioned because they remain neutral. Despite many people thinking that Ripple supported Kamala, no. One person who's on the board, who's a co-founder of Ripple, yeah, with his personal money, he donated $10 million worth of XRP to Kamala. More than that, actually. And I'm not going to say that I'm glad that he did, but it put us on the map. It was, I think, decent marketing. And my thing with that is that it was to keep the door open to these institutions outside the United States. You're right. So Chris and Brad were the ones that have been going to the IMF and the BIS and a lot of these meetings at the World Economic Forum too. All those meetings that they've gone to over the years, mostly they're Brad is in attendance and then Chris has been in attendance. And obviously they send other executives too, but for the most part, Chris has kept that door open for them, playing his role very well, sacrificing his XRP to a campaign that we knew it didn't have a chance. The Bullish, I can't see the rest of your name, Bullish, but thank you for the super chat. Thank you for shilling the ticker, making it fun up in here. I just love to see the energy. That's not an endorsement from me, by the way. It's just, I like to see people that are willing to actually say, hey, I believe in something, even if it is a meme. Appreciate the super chat. And yeah, so the memes are dropping right now. The bubble's been popped, and right now we're searching for value in the memes, which is kind of a oxymoron, right? We're searching for value as far as what's got staying power. Now, of course, a lot of people in the space want me to endorse their token, shill their token, say I like their token, say I own their token, right? I only have 2 positions right now. Full disclosure, I only have 2 positions in the memes right now. And I think I'm down on both right now. So, I've gone on a pretty good streak. I've had some fun. But on these 2 current positions that I have right now, I am down. But I bought both of the tokens because I respected the community. And the people behind them were hustling. And so I said, okay, I'll buy. So that would be XTardio is the first ticker. And then the next one is ATM. Those are the only 2 memes I own on the XRP ledger right now. In the meme coin space, what I'm watching is to see liquidity. You can tell if people really believe in a project whether or not it has liquidity, right? And so that's the main metric that I'm watching for is liquidity and community engagement. There's some of these communities are hustling. And, it's funny. It's like we literally have Solana guys that are now pushing XRP for us. Like, I'm not going to call them little minions for us in the XRP community, but I mean, they're putting in work, right? No involvement in Ripple. These guys don't care what Ripple is doing. These guys don't care about banks and institutions. These guys care about being silly and making money. And they're getting the word out about XRP for us. It's like this has come full circle. All the liquidity in the space has been going into Solana. Now we got Soul Bros shilling XRP in the XRP ledger. And remember, to enter the XRP ecosystem, to make it through the gates, what do you have to have? You have to have XRP, which is why I continue to say that this has all been net positive, and I love to see it. Yep, and these projects are launching NFTs. They're trying to do various different things to bring utility. Doge is popping right now, Christy. Is that right? I know some of you guys got that Doge, the OG. Yeah, Doge. Oh, wow. Did you guys just see that? TradingView introduced a new... Do they have one for SHIB? No. What was that? Where did it go? They had a little Doge doggy came out into the corner of my screen. Did you guys see that? Doge at 19, just below 20 cents right now. But yeah, Doge did pop back up to about 22 cents. And I've been saying that Doge, I think, is going to run, push towards at least $1 this bull run. I think that it'll do all right for you, right? 4 or 5x potential from these prices. Very, very conservative too. One thing I got to look at too is that supply on Doge. I don't know necessarily all the tokenomics on Doge, but it's the OG meme, and that matters. Zach, do you think that Bitcoin is the big shiny coin they want us looking at all the while they prepare XRP XLM implemented in banking systems? Yeah, they want us looking at Bitcoin. They want us looking at memes. They want us playing around. And that's the thing is play at your own risk because, at any moment in time, we could really get those, flip of the switch moments that take XRP to a price where you can't attain a fraction of what you're able to right now, right? And it can move very quickly. It's done so in the past. It can do so again. Now, Shannon, that's a good question right there. Zach, how do you think the tariffs will affect Canadian oil? And Shannon, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for the super chat. And I wish that I was drinking wine with you tonight, but I'm drinking H2O water. And I'm trying to heal the little scratch in my throat. It's a great question. I don't want to speak too soon because I feel like Trump is obviously the master of the art of the deal. Great book, by the way, for business, and negotiating. So I believe that he's using this for negotiating. I think that he wants to do business with Canada. I really do. But he's right now, he's building that position and that leverage before he even gets to the table. And so, I would expect the pipelines to get flowing back between the United States and Canada once again. And I think that we're going to have a good relationship. And I guess Trudeau's still going to be running the show up there for the foreseeable future. I don't know how long we're going to be dealing with Trudeau. But Trump's going to make Trudeau look like the little boy that he is in those negotiations. 1,000%. And the position of strength's already being developed, not just in that relationship, but in others, by just the word getting out about the tariffs and the word getting out about how he's going to negotiate some of the other war fronts. One of the suggestions or rumors, I guess, that I heard, I don't know how true it is that he's going to implement part of the deal with Ukraine, Russia, is that Ukraine would have to withdraw its membership from NATO for the next 20 years, which would be a good deal for bringing peace there in that region. One thing that I was going to watch too, I haven't been able to mention this on a show yet, is that watch for some movements in these regions. I feel like they're already a little bit worried about Trump coming in and about our military already kind of, being on our game. Seemingly, we had Joe Biden running the show and that was our commander in chief. And so it seemed like we were in a position of weakness, but it's been like a complete shift ever since Trump won the election, right? But I would watch here closely to see if they try to make any moves before Trump is officially back. It looks like they're already kind of, wanting to play ball and play nice. But I would just watch for that, because if they're going to have an opportunity to make, for example, like Putin making a couple more moves in Ukraine before a deal gets done, right? It's like this would be the time to launch one more offensive, one more move before it's time to come to the deal table with Trump and actually end the war. So I'd watch for that closely. I think for the most part, Russia's already captured the regions that they want to have. So we're just going to draw new lines there in that region. And NATO's going to, or Ukraine's going to agree to, or they're going to have to agree to stay out of NATO. Am I Canadian? No. I live close to Canada, so I do go to Canada very often. And I love my Canadian brothers and sisters up north. But Shannon, I think that's a good question. I think that he's going to open it up. I really do. I think that he wants to bring the cost of energy down tremendously. We got rumors today that Europe's going to be buying, I don't know how true those are, rumors that Europe's going to be buying oil from us instead of Russia. Oil and natural gas. So, this gets very interesting. We've gone from being a net importer to being now a net exporter and having a lot. Of course, those efforts have been stifled by the Biden administration in a major way. That was one of the first things that he did, was kill the Keystone Pipeline and others. And he's been draining our strategic petroleum reserve. Christy saw that article. Yeah. Yep. Zach, Doge is now the acronym for the Department of Government Efficiency per Elon. And Donald, that's why it's pumping. And you got to be careful, because I've seen folks get wrecked on that. One of the instances was a couple years ago, or was that during 2021? That might have been during 2021's bull run, when Elon went on Saturday Night Live. That was another one of these pump and dumps that I warned about, is that I said, guys, by the time Elon's taking the stage, we're going to have a sell-off. And that's what occurred for Bitcoin and Doge, both pumped into him. And I think even before he took the stage, it started to roll over. It was basically, as he was taking the stage and starting his monologue, we were coming back down. So you got to be careful with these narratives. See, these are narratives that suck in the masses. The move was, and I'd been eyeing Doge for a while now. I didn't care to throw anything at it. I mean, like I said, I think you got a conservative 4 and 5 bagger. If you buy Doge at 20 cents right now, you go to 80 cents to $1. You got a 4 to 5x. That's fantastic. I think where folks get too far is during these bull runs, they get all hyped up on these narratives, and they think that these coins are just going to go set a new reality. So, and the other thing too is that this rally, this bull run, we're still in the early innings of it. It's kind of sad that we need Trump and Elon for this crypto bull run. It is. I mean, we should already be, a lot higher for XRP and other assets. We should be much further along with adoption, regulations, all of that. Yeah, we should be much further along, and for price too. Agreed about being careful. GA Home Investor, I appreciate that. Yep, I need to do an update on real estate too. We need to do an update on real estate. I still got, my mortgage brokers are hounding me. When do you think the XRP will go up, Zach? And what do you recommend as an exit strategy for those holding just a few thousand XRP? Thank you. That's a good question. what I've done is I've set myself up on a few different exchanges. I have them linked up down below in the description of this video. That's Uphold, Coinbase, and Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown is the most recent one, and a lot of folks haven't gotten set up over there. I highly would recommend it as another option for finding exit liquidity during this bull run, not just for XRP, but on other assets as well. So I've set myself up on multiple exchanges, and I'm praying that I'll be able to find exit liquidity at some of my price targets. I think it's going to be tight. And so that's why I have multiple options. And then I've already developed my targets, my exit strategy, as far as I know how much XRP and other cryptos I have at each exchange. I know what my sell targets are. And I know what the tax implication on those are. And what I'm going to be doing is, taking my profits, putting them into three places: paying taxes, taking cash out, moving it to real estate, or having more cash on the sidelines for real estate. And then the third thing is to buy back in on XRP during the bear market. So the three things that I'm going to do with my XRP profits: pay taxes, sell out to cash. That cash is going to go into another part of my investment bucket, real estate asset class. And then third, I'm going to buy back in. And my price targets on XRP have changed. So right now I got targets at, got to be careful here. I laid it all out in my XRP exit strategy. And I'll just say this: I have two targets under $10. So I made that available on my Patreon if you guys want to check it out. It's also linked up down below in the description of all my videos right now. My XRP exit strategy is available if you want to see the exact targets that I have and the reasoning behind those targets. Now, to finish answering the question there, because it's a good question, right? When is the other part that I didn't answer. XRP's going to move up between now and the end of the year, and XRP is going to move up next year. Okay. Now, I know you want to know, like, when we're going to go to $3. I can't give you that target and that timeline, right? What I know is that the setup is already there, and we've already started to make the move. And what I mean by we've started is the broader crypto market has already started, with Bitcoin going to a new all-time high. We need Bitcoin to go to its all-time high, stabilize. That'll give us some liquidity that'll spread throughout. XRP is going to partake. What really starts to move this crypto space, I think, is the legislation that passes next year, and then the institutions starting to arrive. We're getting announcements right now of private equity firms that are going to tokenize $1 billion of debt and equity on the XRP ledger next year, and that's just one firm. So when we start to get, like, there's a lineup of people that are going to be using the XRP ledger. We've only gotten a few of the announcements, and a lot of it's been buried in NDAs and partnerships that just aren't discussed by Ripple. And what we know of is all of the partnerships outside of the United States, and that just continues to grow. The growth of XRP and the adoption of XRP is clearly and obviously not enough to push XRP price up at this time, which is why I'm excited about these additional utilities that are coming to the XRP ledger, the additional attention that's coming to the XRP ledger, and then between now and the end of next year, the ETFs will go live. XRP is already getting put into ETFs as we speak. And so between now and the end of next year is when I anticipate XRP to go to new all-time highs. My targets for XRP this bull run are about $5 to $10, but I don't rule out running up to $20 in a giga pump, breakout of suppression pump, XRP just goes stupid pump. I can't rule out those higher targets. It's just, I can't. But I've set my targets for my first selling positions, my first sell orders come in. I do have a couple under $10. I do have a couple under $10. And if we do stretch out to $20, the highest target that I have set right now is at $25. If we do reach that level, I have another sell target right there but I don't expect to hit that this bull run. But if we do, I will sell off a percentage. And if we reach that level, I will have sold off a significant portion of my XRP. But like I said, I plan on buying back in. Now, I did see that GA Home Investor did throw us another 20 spot. Appreciate you, my friend. Much love. Always supporting the channel. Thank you so much for watching. We got Costa Rica in the house. The Bank of Nova Scotia has shut down their Visa cards. Uh-oh. Shannon says that she's had some wine. Uh-oh. The XRP stupid pump is, I'm not even going to say the ticker. You guys are funny. XRP stupid pump should be a shirt. By the way, we got some merch on the way. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. I'm really excited. We're in the process of finalizing getting our in-house merch done. So I got a new partner for merch, and I'm really excited to work with them. And basically, I'm gonna be able to come up with my own designs and my own merch. And I think we're going to do some fun stuff with that. I'm exploring right now, too, how to, maybe do some NFTs that are, packaged up with some of the merch or some of the other stuff going forward. But it's in the works right now. But the merch will be coming live this month for sure. So if you're interested in the XRP merch, just be ready. Just be ready. Zach, this family is the best on the web. GA Home Investor, I appreciate that, my friend. We got such a strong community. Oh, you guys are funny. You guys are funny. Zach just joined. Do you think that if Gary resigns early, we could see lawsuit dropped? Yeah. Even if Gary doesn't step down, the lawsuit's done. When is RLUSD going to be released? So RLUSD is ready to go live at any point now. We're just waiting for the regulators to approve it up there in New York. So the New York Department of Financial Services has already approved standard custody and trust of their license. So they're ready to go at any moment now. They're just waiting to get approval specifically on RLUSD. But it's ready to go. Do you think that you'll be able to buy back in once XRP pumps? It's a risk that I run, but now I'm not as worried about that as I used to be. See, my XRP exit strategy has adjusted because I'm not as worried about buying back my XRP because we're listed on all these exchanges now. Back when I developed my XRP exit strategy in 2020 and 2021 during that bull run, I didn't plan on selling any XRP under $10, and I was really worried about being able to buy my XRP back because the only place I could get it was Uphold. So I was really worried about selling off my XRP. I only planned on selling off 10% of my XRP bag between 10 and 20 bucks. And I wasn't going to sell any under 10. I don't work for Ripple. No. No, I don't work for Ripple. Trump has everyone running, Jay. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. By the way, speaking of merch, if you want to get some merch right now, Jay has some good collections over at his website. He is one of my affiliates right now for merch. At zachrector.com, if you just go to my community resources, that's where I have precious metals, exchanges. But right now, I've been working with some of our community members to sell merch. their own collections and styles and stuff. So we do have merch available right now, but we got more on the way. Shout out to Jay. Appreciate you, brother. Think Gary's done before the inauguration? Oh, yeah. Gary's going to run. Gary's going to run for sure. Yeah, I know. A lot of people still suggest that I work for Ripple. No, I don't. I think that some of the stuff that I say Ripple is probably cringing at, and they're probably like, can you stop, please? Like the video that I dropped a couple days ago talking about XRP and Ripple being part of a national security operation. I imagine they're just like, come on, man. You're not supposed to be saying the quiet part out loud. You can't be talking about our national security operation with Trump. You know who's been really quiet since the election is David. Has David tweeted at all? I'm going to check that right now. I do have the clip from Brad Garlinghouse. Did you guys see the clip of Brad Garlinghouse on BBC earlier today? If you guys didn't, I do have it ready to roll. And so I could play that real quick if you guys want. Brad did another great presentation, BBC. And he's just getting more and more exposure. It's just great to see. Now let's take a look here at David. Let's start by taking a look here. Oh, he did. No, what? David just said, when you say the quiet part out loud 7 minutes ago. Guys, did this just happen? Are we living in the Matrix? I literally just joked about me saying the quiet part out loud in regards to the national security operation. Are you kidding me? That's his first tweet since the election? Check this out. When you say the quiet part out loud. And he's responding to The View. He's retweeting The View. Breaking 911 says, Harris would have won if we could regulate social media. And David responds, when you say the quiet part out loud. I swear I'm not in connection with David. That's crazy. That's crazy. How many is he following? Okay, 1201. Brad is still holding the 589 peg. David. Yeah, he was super quiet. He retweeted Brad Garlinghouse. And he retweeted Tyler Winklevoss. Okay. And then he hadn't tweeted since. He was really quiet. And then he retweets this one. That's crazy. I can't believe that just happened. I swear. Me and David only talk once in a while. Just kidding. We've never talked. And I'm really sad about actually at XRP Las Vegas. I missed him the first time. Well, he wasn't at the first XRP Las Vegas. Only Brad was with other people from Ripple. I missed Brad at the first XRP Las Vegas. And then at this one that just took place this year, XRP Las Vegas 2, I was next in line to meet David. It was so sad. So everybody's taking pictures, saying hi, shaking his hand. And I was a nice, I'm just waiting my turn, standing in line, fanboying. Can't wait to meet David. I'm the next one up to come in to shake his hand. Actually, I don't think that I put out. I hadn't extended my hand out yet. I remember this like it was yesterday. I hadn't extended out my hand yet, but I had taken 2 steps forward when his assistant came in and said, nope, you got to go. You're about to go take the stage. And she pulled him away from me. Wifey was there to console me. Gave me pats on the back. Said, maybe next year, hon. Don't worry. I cried a little bit. Just kidding. Is Trust Wallet safe enough? Whatever you're comfortable with, cold storage, hot wallets. I use all of the above. Cold storage, hot wallets, exchanges. They got different uses for each. Got different assets on each. I have a couple linked up down below if you need some wallets. Got them linked up. I let the kid get in ahead of me. Yep. I'm too nice. I'm too nice in public settings like that. I'm not the type that barges my way in, or like even as like forces the issue at all. Really, like I'm too polite, so I always I miss out on stuff like that. I missed out on Brad the first year, missed out on Brad, David the second year. Just been missing. How did that just happen though with me and David saying the same exact thing like within minutes? If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what. I don't know what it means for XRP price, but I think it means something. X-Pilot, I appreciate that. Is that the Brazilian real? How do you pronounce that currency? The real? Real? I appreciate that, my friend. X-Pilot, thank you so much for the super chat. XRP all in with the rocket emoji and the moon from Brazil. And Brazil, you know, we talk about outside the United States, Brazil, they have been dominating in. Absolutely dominating. I said I was going to do a quick live, only a short one. Here I am. I've already gone for 50 minutes. I can start to feel my throat starting to scratch a little bit. What do you think needs to happen for precious metals to inflate in price? So gold's already started to go because there's just so much demand from institutions and central banks. Silver's been suppressed from the short sellers and also those that use it in their businesses. They're hedging positions with shorts, and there's a lot of naked short selling. That's all going to get exposed. And I think that that's when silver really starts to rip. And I think that that's going to happen during this next administration. I think that you're starting to see BlackRock's already working on tokenizing the stock market that they're going to do there in Dallas. I think it's in Dallas, right? It's in Texas. And so, new stock market tokenized in Texas by BlackRock, that's just the start. There's going to be much more to follow. And as the naked short sellers get exposed and these markets get more transparent, I think that that's when silver is going to absolutely fly. Now, silver can still go to an all-time high even before that. In the process of getting there, silver can roll. Just on the anticipation that the short sellers are going to get exposed and that's going to go away, it can roll. And if you look, gold and silver both did perform tremendously well during the first Trump administration. And so I expect that again. I said it earlier. It's a sell-off in gold and silver because it's an assumption that we're going to be back in peace times, right? But what happened during first administration for Trump there is gold, the revaluation process was already starting outside the United States, and it really started to ramp up. And these countries were, because the dollar was getting so strong, they had to devalue their currencies faster against the dollar. And that's why you've seen record amount of buying in China, in Asia, and Hong Kong, and other parts, Russia, other BRICS nations that have been stockpiling as much gold as they can get. It's because their currencies are being devalued faster. They're having to devalue their currencies against the dollar. Shannon, are you confused? Shannon says, got to go. See you tomorrow on the AM call. Tomorrow's Friday. Or am I confused? I thought, wait, is today Friday? Maybe I'm confused. What day is it? Thank you, wife, for letting us have you for these times. Yeah, shout out, wifey. Zach, do you interact with the Good Morning Crypto crew? Yeah, like not often, but yeah. Love those guys. Love JV, love Abs. That whole team with Johnny Crypto. Great stuff. Great work. I love it. They're so consistent. So that's what I like, is I like consistent, guys that are consistent with it, that have built real communities. And so I've always respected what JV's done with his group over there. I can't believe that I didn't realize it was Friday. This is what happens when you just work every day. You just forget what day it is, you know? It's just another day. Back to the hustle. Atlantic Living says, Zach, confused about XRP price prediction for 2026 bear market. Does this go back? Excuse me. Does this go back under $1? Or do we see the price appreciation with adoption, etc.? Well, Atlantic Living, that's the $1 trillion question, right? I'm not willing to say where XRP is going to go during the bear market until I see the top in. Once the top's been confirmed and we're like 40 or 50% off the top, like, then I'll say that the top's in, right? I want to see a retrace of 50%. And then I'll start to consider that maybe the top's in. And from there, then we'll be able to measure down to where, how low XRP is going to go during the bear market. I do believe that the adoption is going to stabilize XRP. And then that's when XRP is going to start to just steadily grow in price from there, is when we get real utility and liquidity that comes in, and that's going to establish a floor. And then as more and more liquidity comes in and is being used, and XRP is being burned, obviously, and being locked up, every time a token's created on the XRP ledger, XRP's burned, XRP's locked up. Every time somebody sets a trust line, XRP's locked up. And so now that we got the token factory with First Ledger, we got all sorts of crap being created. What does it do? Locks up more XRP, burns more XRP. Now, that's not going to move the needle, but what is going to move the needle, like you said, is the adoption from institutions that are going to set a floor price on XRP. And really, you know, it's too early to tell, but like I said, I expect a 50% haircut, which isn't a haircut. 50% is a whacking, from whatever we run up to. I would expect at least a 50% pullback. Now, I know that there are some out there that, you know, suggest that we're going to get that moment and it'll stop XRP from having that pullback. I'm open to that possibility. I mean, that's fine. You know, the thing about it is, every time XRP goes up a penny, we make a lot. Right? Every time XRP goes up 10 cents, we make a lot. So if XRP goes up to, you know, $10, comes back down 50% and goes down to $5, and that's it, and I miss out on being able to buy XRP at, you know, $2 or $3 again, that's my own fault, and I'm ready to own up to that. And the good news is that even with my exit strategy in the positions that I am going to exit on, I still have a lot of XRP. Because over the past 3 years, the XRP has been suppressed and still at these levels, I was able to, you know, basically double my bag of XRP between now and 2020. So now I can sell off half my bag and still have a big bag. So that's a good spot to be in. Great explanation, Zach. Thank you. Atlantic Living, that was a good question. And, you know, like I said, as the data comes, then we can start to do some technical analysis. And when the utility comes, and that liquidity comes, the TA paradigm changes. Will you still be able to apply TA? Yeah, but I think the technical analysis is going to change. Right? You're going to be looking at an asset that has a lot more liquidity in it that's staying in it. That's the big thing. A lot of people piled into XRP, and that's why it went up. Guys, you have to understand this part about the XRP bull run. People bought XRP at $1. People bought XRP at $2. A lot of people did. There's a lot of people that have given up on XRP or still hold bags of XRP that they bought at $2. Maybe some of you guys are in the chat right now where you bought XRP close to $2 this last bull run, right? Well, just like I've been saying with Bitcoin, right? There's a lack of buyers at new all-time high. There's just a lack of people that are willing to pay, you know, for an $80,000 Bitcoin, or even if they're just going to buy a fraction, right? There's just not many buyers as we go into price discovery. Same thing for XRP. There was people that bought at $2 and $3 XRP during the bull run because it was that hot. So this time around, are we still going to get buyers at $2 and $3? I think we will. But to get a floor price set, we need not just retail buyers. I think that we need institutional buyers at $3, $4, and $5, at $10, at all the way from $10 to $100 plus. You have to have institutional use where you need the XRP. You have to have real conviction in XRP, the belief to hold it as a reserve. And I think that you're going to get both, which is why the dynamic for XRP is different from Bitcoin, in my opinion. Right. So you don't need Bitcoin for anything other than you're trying to hedge. It's a store of value. You want the price to go up. You don't need it for anything else. What, you want to play with ordinals? Right. There's nothing to do with Bitcoin. It's the complete opposite with XRP. But we still have the store of value aspect. We still have some people that are treating it as a reserve. So we get into an environment where people have acquired as much XRP as they can. They're holding it as a reserve. And we also have institutions, banks, and those that want to use XRP for its utility. They're buying more XRP at those higher prices because they need it to facilitate whatever they're doing on the XRP ledger. But guys, before I kill my voice and I'm not able to talk anymore, I'm going to wrap up this session here tonight. We've been live for about an hour. Any other final comments, questions? If you guys haven't already, please make sure you like the video. We'll have more content dropping tomorrow. And of course, we have our Saturday Discord weekly call tomorrow. That's at 8:30 a.m. on the West Coast, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Every single Saturday, we have our Discord weekly call, which is an opportunity. If you want to talk to me directly, I give our community that opportunity every single week on Saturday, where I go through a private call where I give analysis that I don't share publicly, and then we open it up for Q&A. So that's available for you guys. It's all at zachrector.com, and I also have quick links for you guys in the description of this video. On the way out, please make sure you have tapped it. Had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. I'm going to go get some rest. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you all. Thank you.